then we'll start going back.
Oh, okay, coming in.
So it's very exciting. Well, we're excited to have it. A big improvement, that's for sure.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
My name's John Reekston. I'm with the Olson Company, and I want to thank everybody for coming to the groundbreaking for Linden Walk. We are very, very excited about this community, and want to start off by thanking both the city staff, who has been excellent and so helpful throughout this process, very available and accommodating, and has provided fantastic direction to us to make this the best community possible. Also want to thank the City Council for their leadership in working with us throughout this process. You've also been accessible throughout, have given us good guidance, good feedback as we've processed the community, as we've designed the community. Again, working with a site that's very unique, probably a good half-mile long by, how wide is it, Steve? 140 feet? 140. Yeah, a long, very long and narrow site. And you may recall, as you've seen the site plan, that we have a few parks interspersed throughout the site. We're going to have a nice open space area when you enter off Lower Azusa Road. Not the easiest site from a planning perspective, but I think you're going to be very proud of the finished product, and it's going to be well received by your new residents here in the city of Temple City. I want to recognize Steve Armanino. Steve is the project manager from the Olson Company, and he worked many, many hours again on the design and entitlement, and he's done a fantastic job. Thanks, Steve, for all of your hard work throughout this process. I also know that we have a council member from the city of San Gabriel here today, and that was purposeful on our part because Olson is very active in this area of San Gabriel Valley right now, and the Temple City Linden Walk project is one of the first. Even before that, one of my other project managers, John Reichel, processed the community in the city of Alhambra, built right behind El Camino Continuation School. Some of you may have seen those models, but that has been a very, very successful and beautiful community in the city of Alhambra. I also want to make a plug for Tuesday, because on Tuesday in the city of Monterey Park, we have a community that's going in for ratification by the voters. As you probably know, Monterey Park requires a ratification for a zone change from commercial to residential. The council approved it back in February, but it has to be ratified by the voters, and that vote is on Tuesday. So if you happen to be in some circles or events and things over the weekend and you have some friends in Monterey Park, please encourage them to vote yes on Measure A so that we can then move forward, and John Reichel is also the project manager there, so he can continue to move the design of that community forward. We also, as you know, are processing a new community in the city of San Gabriel, which is going to be coming hopefully before the city council this month. So we're very busy in the area. This is an amazing part of Southern California, very, very strong market. And the Olson Company is an infill urban builder. We've been in business for over 25 years and have been very anxious to build in the city of Temple City, and we're so happy to do that and be a part of this today. So thank you to the council and to Mayor Bloom. And one thing I wanted to do, maybe Steve, if you could say a few words about the community itself, just a few aspects of it, and as well as recognize anybody in particular you'd like to recognize, and then maybe Mayor Bloom, you could say a few words. So, Steve.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. But first, I'd like to just thank Planning Commission and City Council for your leadership and vision as we've been through this process, and really would like to thank staff. You guys have been great from the get-go, from really the early stages over a year ago of working on this and investigating this site, being a good partner with us in solving our issues and getting us to this point. So again, thanks to staff and to everyone involved. This 74-home community of single-family and paired homes is very exciting to us. It's a great-sized community at the gateway to Temple City. Again, like John said, we have an array of parks and an entry space, and it's about half a mile long. It's about 2,300 linear feet from here to the end of the site. We've spent a lot of time working on the street scene and the I guess, character of the community, if you will, to really create something special with somewhat of a challenging parcel here, which we look forward to seeing this whole thing come to fruition. It looks like at this point we are done with the demolition and the grading, and we have actually finished the environmental, and we're now getting ready to start the utilities. So a very exciting time to witness, and looking forward again to a grand opening sometime in late summer, early fall of this year. So again, thanks to all, and I'll give it back to John.
I believe, I didn't check the schedule this morning, but models, are they due to open, Dina, in early September?
I believe right now it's scheduled for September 6th.
September 6th. So we'll have models, we'll have a grand opening event, and we hope to have the first home buyers moved in by Christmas time. So that's the goal. That's the goal. And again, and everything will be dictated by sales pace, but we're optimistic that those initial sales will be strong, and that we'll build this community out within about 12 to 18 months, if all goes well. Mayor Bloom, thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome, obviously, the Olson Company here. And let me just recognize my fellow council members. Mayor Pro Tem Tom Chavez is here, Council Members Cynthia Sternquist and Fernando Vizcarra, two of our planning commissioners, John Cordes and Steve Kern, our interim city manager, Don Penman. Obviously, you've worked with some of the staff. And, I mean, this is exciting. In my previous professional life, I dealt with land development projects. I've never seen one like this. But this is exciting. I like the design that you have added, the parks, and the other features. I think this is going to be a very, very interesting place to live. And adding it to Temple City is very exciting. As you know, we don't have vacant land sitting around very much in Temple City, and we don't have very many big parcels. I was mentioning to Steve, I think. I mean, either it's the schools or the churches. I mean, that's basically the big pieces of land that we have, other than a couple of parks that we currently own. So it's exciting to see this come in. We like your aggressive schedule. We've tried to do that in some of our own city projects. We just finished the Rosemead project. Pushed that one pretty hard to get that done. And we're really trying to recreate the image of Temple City. It's a great city, but I mean, these little things coming in are really making it special. So we want to thank you very much for being here. We look forward to the aggressive schedule you're on, and we appreciate the cooperation you've given us at this point. Let's get on with it.
Thank you. Thanks, I think you'll appreciate when we first identified this site as land developers, folks like myself and Steve and John, we will find a site and we'll go to our operations team and say, hey, we've got an amazing site you got to go see in the city of Temple City. And they come out and they see the old lumber facilities and they take a look and say, all right, let's see what we can do with this. But that's the type of builder we are. We're an infill builder. We don't build in the Inland Empire. We don't build in Bakersfield on the large tracts. We build on sites that at first glance are very difficult to build on because there's lots of issues, utility issues, how do you connect the sewer, that type of thing, which was probably our most difficult challenge on this site. But what you see in the long run is a very beautiful community that's an asset that creates a wonderful entry into the city. And as I mentioned earlier, we've been very anxious to build a Temple City for many, many years. I was working with your former city manager and staff years ago, closer to the downtown, but we were thrilled when this site became available. So thank you so much for being patient with us and working so well with us. With that, what we'd like to do is get a few photos and shovel some dirt and formally break ground here. So if you would, please join me. We've got some shovels and hats, and Dina, you and our associates here will show us where to go, and let's get a few pictures and kick this thing off. So thank you so much for being here today.
Want to start like this? Everybody get ready to, where are we looking? Good? Over here.
Go ahead this way, because I want to get it. Yeah, I just want to get.
Yeah, maybe grab a little dirt. See if you can get one in midair, Jerry. All right. Count us down and we'll throw it. 1, 2, 3. Good?
Yeah.